Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Mecca here. Happy Sunday, family fun day. Hope you all are having a fantastic, Thanksgiving long weekend to all my American friends. And I guess that might be the only holiday going on around now. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well and enjoying Black Friday deals and specials and Cyber Monday stuff. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. I got a little surprise for y'all coming up for Cyber Monday. A drink from my Tim Hortons Monterey, Mexico mug. Oh, that's not very camera pretty, is it? I would not be a very good product sponsor person. Anyways, hey, let me get my chat going so I can see who's around and all of that. Pop that chat. There we go. All right. What's up, Brohian? I can't even pronounce that, Scott. How you doing, my man? Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I'm pretty sure you're in the States, if I'm not mistaken. So, all right. Who else is joining us here? I'm thinking of maybe moving these Ask M to a time during the week. In fact, I'll probably try that this week. Hey, Monique, I'll probably try that this week. I feel like I might just get a better. I don't know if Sunday afternoons is the best time. What do you like? As everyone's coming on here, we'll just talk about this. But what do you is Sunday afternoon? Like, I don't even have a set time. I just kind of do it on Sunday when I have a chance. But would these be better during the week? Do you think? Yeah, man, I can't do this right now. This is God. You're in the States. That's awesome. Yeah, you're in Arizona or somewhere, I think, if memory serves me right from the times our paths have crossed. But what do you think? Or should Ask M's be on Sundays, or should I try moving it during the week? I think this week we'll do a live stream, Ask M. And we'll just kind of see how that is, and I'll just go wherever I can answer more questions live and everything. But we are going to be talking about, well, you can ask whatever question you want. I don't really stay on schedule for stuff, but I figured I'd want to talk about, last week we did about, having the best ways to make money online. What was that? I've been getting a lot of emails and messages just about like, how did you grow your business in the 12 to 14 months going from, negative to, a $10,000 month. So just wanted to answer that question here on the channel. I got some Cyber Monday deals that I'll be dropping in. Dale came from Utah, right? Dale came from Arizona. All right. Yeah, my community live streams are Friday evenings, and I get a good turnout. Well, I'm going to have to steal that idea from you then. That's cool. That's cool. I'll just figure out something else to do on Sundays. Hey, who else is around here? We got Scott, Monique. Who else is around? My hours are 9. So if I don't catch you or Dale, I watch the replays. All right. We appreciate you watching the replays. And one thing I do is I always make sure I answer every single comment. Whenever somebody leaves a comment on my videos, I always respond. Unless it's like one that just doesn't even need a response, then I'll just heart it. But I always like to make sure I connect with people because, well, as a newbie coming up, Jacob, my man, did we reschedule our call yet? No, we're doing that Tuesday. No, I can't do it Tuesday. Send me new times because that's my workout time. I'll be working out during that time. I kind of got a run coming up that I need to keep practicing for. So Jacob just sent me some new times, but I will reschedule again for like the third time. But where was I? Where was I going with this? Sorry, that happens. So we are going to talk about, for those of you still coming on here, how to go from zero to a $10,000 month in less than a year. Some of the things that I've learned, some of the mistakes I've made, some things. Yeah, I'm gonna hide that comment, Jacob. Come on, man, keep it PJ. Okay. And lost my train of thought. Yeah, the yeah. So my journey, mistakes I've made, lessons I've learned, some things that I think are important, yeah, and just some things like that. And then, as always, the chat's open, so we'll do some Q&A on whatever topics you want afterwards. So yeah, just blow up the chat if you got questions on Kindle stuff, if you got questions on life stuff, if you got questions on what I take in my coffee. Hit me up in the chat. 1 million for freedom. Appreciate it. It's great seeing you here on Sundays. Let me just make sure this is all shared everywhere. And yeah, all right. So hey, question for you, those of you live, and if you're watching the replay, I'd love to see what your comments are. But how many of you, or can you put the range of income that you're making online, or what your goal is to make online? Maybe where you're at right now, and then what your goal is. You know, if you're like from 0 to 5,000 right now, if that's kind of where you're at, and your goal is like 10 to 15,000, love to kind of see that. So hit me up if you're live in the chat right now, put that in there. And if you're comfortable, some people don't like talking about their income, and that's, you know, totally respectable. But if you're watching the replay, hey, let me know where you at in the where you at in your online journey. Because when I started, you know, I started with all right, cool. So we got some questions coming in. Excellent. And I'll do all the questions near like the end part, so I don't lose my train of thought. But I started with $300 saved. That's all I had. That was it. Like, we were, you know, I had my job. Yeah, Mariana was working as well. We had $300 saved, and you know, it was. We did, like, I did insane things to save that $300 because we weren't making a lot. We were like literally, like, you know, the concept paycheck to paycheck. It was like paycheck to the week before paycheck. Like, that's what we were living, like paycheck to the week before paycheck, and then, you know, it was like barely paycheck to paycheck. So it was like we, you know, straight went serious to save that extra little bit, but we did, and got into the business, got into Kindle publishing, and. You know, I'm an advocate for why you should start with Kindle publishing for so many reasons. Like, so many reasons. I think it is the best place for people with not a ton of cash flow to get started, to start making passive income so they can branch off into bigger and better things. I do not think for a second that Kindle is the end all and be all, because it's just not. I think there's so many more lucrative opportunities out there online, but Kindle really allows you to start to learn at such a low cost, and the things that you learn are just so key for whatever endeavor you want to go into down the road. But so I started with Kindle and then slowly got into it, and it was funny because, you know, I started off purchasing this, you know, came out of Mastery, $67 course. Here I am a year later, and I got a $197 course that people purchased from me, plus mentoring, one-on-one coaching, and things like that. And it's insane because I was talking with my mentor, D1. You know, it's just so nuts thinking that it was like, you know, at this time last year, I was struggling. I couldn't even afford to get another course, or, like, you know, to upgrade, or, you know, it was like, $100 was still a decent amount of money for me. And what can change in a year is incredible. So anyways, so I started off with the books, as you all know, but I knew from day one that it was never going to be like, I didn't want to, like, I didn't get into the online thing because I liked the idea of making money online, but I've always been more of a, hey, let me figure out a way to help other people. And when I learned that you could help other people by helping them, and you could like use the internet as a platform to help more people, that's when I was like, oh man, okay, I gotta take a look and figure out how to make money online. And it's no secret that to make the most money online, you just find a way to help others. You don't have to teach them how to make money or anything like that online. You just have to teach them how to do something they want to do. Because if you can add more value to them, and I know that gets thrown around a lot, but it's because it's true, right? Most of the cliches are cliches because they're actually true. They've just been said so many times. But you know, if you can help somebody, you know, improve their life or improve their situation or improve whatever the case is, you'll end up doing just fine yourself. I've had a quote on my email. Those of you who have emailed me, if you emailed me from my personal account, you'll know. But it's Zig Ziglar, and I had this on the wall in all of the offices that I ran. It was, you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough people get what they want first. And that is like a motto I've lived by for the last like 12 to 13 years of my life. Just helping others get what they want. Eventually, I'll be taken care of. So that was the whole reason I ended up starting, you know, my own program, because I knew hey, you know, this has made such an impact for me. You know, why don't I find a way to help others and teach them how to do it? So that was the whole concept, I guess you could say, that why I ended up, why did I do Kindle? Why didn't I do something that I could easily charge a lot more money for? Because I knew Kindle. I didn't know anything else. It's that's what I was most comfortable with, and you know, and it was funny because I remember I used to think, from watching all the videos, I used to think that I had to be making $10,000 before I could start a course. And D1, he kind of just laughed at me. He's like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. Everyone else does. And he's like, just don't be that guy. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And then that's when I started thinking about what happens. Like, man, making that first $1,000 changed my life, because it changed my mind. It just completely gave me the confidence to move forward. And I'm like, I just got to help others just get across that first barrier. Because once you get across that first barrier, everything else is just about scaling up. But the hardest part about anything online, about making anything online, is not your first dollar, despite what people say. They always say your first dollar is hardest to make money online. It's not. A monkey can make $1 online throwing crap on a wall. Okay? Making your first $1,000, it is 100% the hardest part to make. Because you can make $1 by getting lucky. You can make $10. You can make $100 online by getting lucky. But making $1,000 takes certain skills and strategies to all kind of line in place. But once you've made that first 1,000, you do those exact same things, but you just start scaling up onto a bigger platform. Jacob says, confidence is huge. You helped me make my first $1,000. Ever since, I've been making bigger and bigger moves with earnings. Exactly, right? Because once you make that first 1,000, you can go from there. So, where was I from there? Yeah, can't remember. Let me think. But, yeah, and that's essentially what I did. Then I just started thinking bigger and bigger and bigger. And honestly, I would not be where I'm at without having somebody else to pull me up, like a mentor, D1. You know, without having somebody to pull me in a higher direction, in a faster direction. Because, you know, there's quite a few Blueprint members on here right now, but I wasn't even planning on coming out with my course until next year, because I thought it was going to take me a full year to learn what I needed to learn in order to teach other people how to do it. Like, Jacob, could you imagine that? You might not even be living in your new condo or driving that new car that you just bought. If I'd been dragging my feet, and if I didn't invest in a mentor to, you know, somebody to kick my butt, say, no, you got this, you can do this. And yeah, so it's just having a mentor completely changed everything. And so definitely, and this, yeah, I'll plug my mentoring program and everything here in a little bit, but yeah, it was crazy. So hey, those of you just coming on now, please, if you have questions about anything, drop them in the comments or in the chat box. I will get to the questions. We'll do kind of more Q&A right after I'm done answering a few of the questions that people have been emailing me this week. And so you can ask questions about anything, about making money, about if you're a publisher, about publishing stuff, or whatever kind of you want. But yeah. So, or if you want to share like a insane Black Friday deal that you bought like from a store or something, I'd love to know what you all are spending your money on. And yeah, so that's cool. But all right, I don't know where else to go with that. Maybe I'll just start looking at chat and start answering some questions. So here we go. All right. Okay, I'll start off. Are you seeing a major shift yet from swaps, genuine reviews from the lists in the self-publishing? I'm still seeing everyone using swaps. Everyone uses swaps until somebody comes up with a better way. Because right now, Jacob, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, right? Right now, technically, there's not even a course that teaches you how to get a book off the ground, a nonfiction book off the ground without using review swaps, right? Even in the blueprint right now, right? We teach your first 3 books, you're going to throw your swaps at it. And then once you've got those first 3 off the ground, you're building your email list, then you can start launching books without using review swaps. But what about those first 3 books? Right now, nobody's doing that. I've kind of tested with some methods, but not enough to actually say, okay, here, go ahead, do this, this, and this, and this. It'll work. It's just not there yet. But I got another book. I got to contact my cover dude. It's a brand new niche. I'm going to try some things with this one and see what happens. But honestly, so it's still like, hey, for your first 3 books, do the swaps if you need to. If you don't have a list, build the list as aggressively as you freaking can. Like I wouldn't even publish the book until your lead magnet and your email list and all of that set up. I would not even publish it because you can't waste one email. You can't waste a day not collecting emails. God forbid you put it on a free promotion and you're not collecting emails. My God, right? So, you know, but it is changing. In 2018, I think it will be a complete, like a lot of people are going to start getting wake up calls. You know, on you know, Michael Jack, Fresh Belief, he posted a video on his channel and his income dropped because I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, bud, but his income dropped because Amazon took away his reviews because they were swaps. Like you don't have a sustainable business with review swaps. In Kindle publishing anymore because Amazon's cracking down on it. Oh my God, here's a story I wanted to tell everybody. Okay, so I'm talking to an Amazon reviewer, and this guy has been reviewing items on Amazon for 7 years. Like he's a professional reviewer, had almost 1,000 different reviews. Okay, like companies would send him stuff. I found him because he reviewed another one of my competitors' books and like had pictures of it. I'm like, what? And so I like did the whole creep thing and found him on Facebook, messaged him, and turned out he kind of liked the niche, so that's why he like took pictures and stuff. But you know, I messaged him and he's like, "Yeah, PayPal me the money and I'll buy your books." I'm like, done. Sent him like $100 and something bucks. He bought all my books, reviewed them, pictures, everything. Looks amazing, right? And then so I'm going through, I'm doing some ads to my books and, you know, just checking in, seeing what's around. Because I don't look at my books that often anymore. So I like to pop in every few weeks and, you know, just see what's cracking. And his reviews were gone. I'm like, what? And so I messaged him on Facebook. He's like, bro, did your account get closed? What happened? And he's like, and something to do with it, like, it wasn't even his fault. It was something to do with the company that hired him, or I don't know. It was kind of confusing, but he lost his account and lost over 800 reviews, and he was a top 1,000 reviewer on Amazon. And he's like, man, like the business, like people stop sending me products, and like because I've lost my authority essentially as a reviewer. And yeah, I was like, ouch, that sucks. And so these are like, okay, legitimate reviews, but they're all purchased products he left a review for. It doesn't get more legitimate than that. And Amazon shut his account down. Amazon, what the hell, Jeff? Come on, man. So I was just like, wow. Like their review, he's like, yeah, Amazon's review system is so wonky. It's ridiculous. So, but anyways, let me see the other questions here. Monique, $200 a month plan. I get a $2,000 a month. By when, Monique? When would you like to get $2,000 a month? By like February, March? You can do that. December. I went from 500 to $2,000 in 1 month. My first, like last time this year, November, and in November I did about 500 or so, and then December I did like somewhere between 1,500 to $2,000. Need 10K a month overall from passive income streams consistently. I think really you need like 10K like take home after tax, like in your pocket take home, Jacob, is I think what you need in this day and age. If you're living in a major city, like I think Jacob, you're down in LA or San Fernando Valley, somewhere around there, right? California. You're somewhere in the States. I think that's what you need to live comfortably and have a decent lifestyle where you're not thinking about, like, you can go to dinner and you look at the food, not the prices, right? How many of you all have done that? You go out to order something, you're like, okay, well, what's the cheapest item here? You're like, oh, that's good. What is it? But it's a lot more fun when you can actually read the food and you're like, you don't worry about how much it's going to be. To some extent, don't get me wrong, right? It's not like I'm going to like $200 plate restaurants. Dog Dad, replace my 9-to-5 income. Do it, Dog Dad. I think you just to start charging all the people that you have in contact. You got a massive following, Scott. Like, I think you're starting to monetize that, but I'm jealous over your Facebook group and the following that you've had, because I think we kind of started around the same time. We should probably connect, actually. Agreed. We all end up branching off. Also continue Kindle as it's low cost and low maintenance, but I'm already moving into traditional investing. Yeah, totally. Confidence is huge. Yeah, I think, and especially there's like conversations like people who want to sell their Kindle business, and I'm like, you can't. You can't, you moron. You can't sell your business. It's a fraud. It's fake. It's like you will legit get sued when somebody finds out that all your reviews are review swaps. And that went against Amazon's terms. Like, you can't sell a business like that, right? When you want to get out of the Kindle business and it's making you like $3, $4, $5,000, here's how you get out of it. You pay a VA, whatever a month, and you take the $5,000 and you take $500 from it, and you have them run the business for you from now on, and you pay them, and you collect $4,500 profit. $500 goes towards running the business. That's called running a business. And like, it's out of your mind. You spend 15 minutes a month thinking about it. But like, that's my exact plan. So, but yeah, like you can't sell your Kindle publishing. It's not a business. They're assets, unstable assets for how most people, publish their stuff. Oh, you're so lost without your course. Jacob, man, you're a smart guy. You can figure it out. Do I have to write my first book? No, Yan. Hey, nice to meet you. I don't think I've seen you around here before. So welcome to Ask Ken, Sunday Family Fun Day. You don't have to write your first book if you don't want. I know some people have. Jacob, for example, I think he wrote a couple of his first books, or he had some books already published that he wrote. So you can write your first book if you want. Some people who are a little short on cash to pay or to outsource it will write their first books, or they'll outsource half of the book and finish up the other half, or they'll just outsource completely. It's about $200 or so, between $200 to $300 depending on length and freelancer company to get a full book written. It's the wife that I picked up. I won't turn the screen around because he knows. Hi, I'm just doing a live stream. You want to say hi to everyone?
No.
Are you sure? I can turn you around. Okay, I'll call you in a bit. And I've been trying to get her on live streams. It's like we should do like a little, partnership thing. Like, she's camera shy. So yeah, and hopefully, does that answer your first question? I think you got a couple more here. Yeah, Monique, I forgot to give her a kiss. Don't worry. Jacob, right? Building a list from ground zero as a newbie is hard work. Needs effort for a while. It's hard work, but so here's the thing, Jacob. Fiction publishers have been doing this for a year or two, more than a year. They've been doing it for a while. But of course, there's a lot of programs and systems set up in place that favor fiction authors, publishers, to get a book off the ground from scratch. Where nonfiction, it's a little bit more challenging, and that's what I'm trying to just, bust through. For the first book, it's not necessary, or for a first book, it's not necessary. I'm lost with that question. Are Amazon ebooks saturated? No, they're not, man. It's as saturated as any other online industry, which is not saturated at all. Yeah, no, it's not. San Francisco. There you go. Okay, Aaron, what up, E? How do you get Amazon to recognize that you have the same ebooks on CreateSpace so they could be available? Oh man, super easy. In fact, I think I have a Kindle tip on this. All you're going to do is go to the contact us section. So you open your KD. I definitely know I've done a video on this or similar to this, but so check out my Kindle tips playlists. But you go to the contact us section, and you'll see it for linking your print and your ebooks. And you do that. You send them a quick email. You fill out the form, send them a quick email, and they'll link it within the next couple days. I do that for every book. They're supposed to link together, but I don't trust that stuff. It's never actually worked for me, so I just link it. Yeah, Dog Dad, I'll message you on Facebook this week, and we'll see if we can connect. I think it'd be cool. All right. How many of your books have you written among all your books? I've written 0. The only book I've ever wrote is, hopefully I'll be able to pick it up on Tuesday. It's out the shipping place. So hopefully I can pick it up maybe even tomorrow if it's there yet. They've been closed for the American Thanksgiving long weekend. But I've only ever written 1 book. It's going to be awesome. Big stuff is going to be coming along with it. You guys will see it shortly. But all of my books that you see money coming in from, they're all outsourced. I got into the publishing game for one reason and one reason only: to make money. That was it. It was to make money to replace my job. That's all I wanted from Kindle. And that's exactly what I used it for. So I outsourced all the books because I can have more books written at once versus writing 1 book myself and editing it. And oh my God, that would suck. That's just not for me. So I outsource all my books. All right. So if you got more questions, keep the questions coming. Definitely keep them coming. I wrote down some more questions that people have been asking throughout the week, so I'll make sure I. Okay, here, let's talk, because I mentioned I was going to talk about this. Let's talk about. I'm going to do a whole video on this, but some of the things that I've learned now that I wish I learned in the beginning. The very first thing is I would have taken. How do you select your writers? Jan, there's a video on my there's a playlist on my channel for brand new Kindle publishers. I think Newbies it's called. Go check that out, because then you'll see videos on selecting ghostwriters and things like that. But one of the very first things I wish I did in the beginning, and as I learned other avenues on internet marketing and things online, this is one of the things that I know is so key, is getting in a Facebook group that is private. Okay, free Facebook groups I cannot stand. There's just so much crap in them, and just like there's some value for them, but there's so much that's a waste of your time. You know, for example, I asked a simple question in a ClickFunnels group, and what type of response do I get? Oh, you're gonna you'll need some advanced coding for that. And I'm like, advanced coding? He's like, yeah, it's gonna cost you a little bit of money. And I asked the guy, I'm like, oh, hey, I bet you're a coder, aren't you? Of course he was. He just wanted to try to sell me his, you know, his services. I'm like, so that's the type of garbage you deal with when you're dealing with free Facebook groups. So I would have made sure I was part of a Facebook group right from the get-go that was private. You know, private meaning it came with the course, or I had to pay a monthly fee. I'd probably try to avoid a monthly fee one, but meaning people in there paid to get in there, right? It was from the course, or they're paying every month, because you're going to get much better help, much better. Like a Facebook group drastically will shorten your learning curve, because you can learn from the mistakes that others have made, so you don't have to make them again. So that is definitely one thing I wish I did. I did not get into a Facebook group until December, and I started in August. So I definitely think I would have been able to scale up a little quicker, because I did like 3.5 months of a whole bunch of old stuff that didn't work, that I didn't realize wasn't working. Monique, you can just buy ISBN numbers. She asks, I'm planning to start a publishing company. The thing that's stopping me is the ISBN numbers. Why is that stopping you? What is I don't know why that would be a roadblock. Because one, if you're Canadian, I don't know if you are, but you can get them free from the government. But two, you can just buy packages. What, $575 for $100? That's it? No, that can't be right. 575 ISBN numbers for 100? No. Isn't it like 10 for? No, that can't be right. That just seems so cheap. I thought they were way more expensive than that. Yeah, and says, because your training is not learning to write books. Correct. I do not teach you how to write a book at all. Yeah, no, you're not going to learn how to write a book in my course. You're going to learn how to outsource the book and get it written for you. If you want to write a book, just get a pen and paper, man. That's all I did to write my book, was to get a pen and paper, research what I had to research, and put it together. You know, and it literally took me months. This book I wanted launched in September. It's almost December. That's why I don't write my books. 100 for $575. Yeah, that sounds about better. That sounds better. Yeah, no, they're not cheap, but well, they're not cheap. All right, hey, so I will let you guys all know on, I'm going to be sending out this email. Let me just bring up the details here. I'm going to send this email out later today to everybody and announcing it. But for Cyber Monday, which is tomorrow, oops, no, this one. For Cyber Monday tomorrow, because I got two deals. I got my group coaching and one-on-one coaching. They're both 50% off. Group coaching is 50% off for the first 3 months, and one-on-one coaching is what is it? It's 50% off for the first month, but there's no discounts on the course. So for Cyber Monday, what I'm going to be doing is my self-publishing blueprint. You sign up, you're going to get 1 month of free group coaching. So that is, that's going to be a $500 value right there. So a month of free group coaching. Basically, what the group coaching teaches you how to do is create more of it gives you the tools to create an authoritative brand online through Kindle publishing. What's really cool is, like, one of the most important things, right, for newbies is to do keyword research and things like that, right? Finding the right keywords. But you know what? One of the best things is about having a brand and a following and an email list is when I publish books now for this one niche, my keyword research involves me sending an email to my list, doing a survey. I do some surveys in social media, and I just find out what are the most popular books people are waiting on, or what are the most popular topics or problems that people are facing. And I list them in, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And literally I just say, okay, here's the list. And I send that to my writer. And then she has, like, the next 4 or 5 books to write. So, I don't do that traditional keyword research anymore, because when those books come out, I do my promotions. They end up getting ranked on Amazon anyways. Of course, when you're setting up the back end, you'll figure out a keyword that you kind of want it to be ranking for, right? But I don't look for the keyword and then design my book. I'll design my book and then I'll figure out the keyword for it. Because this way I'm giving my audience, my readers, my followers, exactly what they want. So they keep buying new books, they leave reviews for it, they're happier with it, and eventually it all kind of works out into place. And most of my books are ranked around one or two keywords, right? The hot ones, and I just do variations off of those books, right? Like if you got a book on, like, let's say your diet something, right? Like a hot diet topic. And then you just do, like, the hot diet topic, and then your subtitles in the new book. Hot diet topic, new book. Hot diet topic, new book. Hot diet topic, new book. You keep the keyword the same. Just keep pumping out new books for it, but the same keyword, right? So that's one strategy you can definitely use. Hey, if you like that, give it a thumbs up. If that was kind of cool, give it a thumbs up. I'd love to see if you like that there. What are some of these questions here? All right. Monique, excellent. Are your books only as ebooks in KDP? Well, they're on ebooks, and then they're also on CreateSpace as paperbacks. So they do both, because about, like, 90% of my income comes from paperbacks. How many pages are your books on average, and on which subject? Pages. Oh, man. Well, I got one book that's sitting on my table. It's about, how many pages is this one? This one is... It's 191 pages. And then some of them are like 60 pages. Now, I publish bigger books. Oh, I still got to deal with CreateSpace for that. They sent me my book, and it was just, the quality was crap. Like, it was just cut weird. So I got to tell them to send me a new one. But, yeah, so I do a bigger size on my books, just because that's kind of what the market demands for my books. But, if I shrunk that down to like a 5 by 8 or a 6 by 9, depending on what your size is, it would be way thicker. Which subject? That is the golden question that I don't. You'll find most people won't share what their niche is, because Well, because of copycats, right? So many people online, they just want the easy way out, right? So they just find a hot topic, what somebody else is doing really well, and then try to steal it and copy it. But I'm almost at a point where it won't really matter because it's become such an authoritative brand that, like, even I've seen a couple of new books have been popping up around my topic, but they don't get anywhere near, like, the first page of my keyword, it's literally every single one of my books and like maybe 2 other people. This is out of like what, 10 or 13 books on. I'll just here, let me go and see right now. Let's see right now. Kindle store. Come on, Kindle store. Okay. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So there's 20 books. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so 70% of the books on the first page are mine. Out of the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of the top 6, 4 of them are mine. So, and another really cool thing, and you know, I could do a case study on my books versus the competitor because he kind of came out and just copied me. But like, I have a book that launched last November. It has 50 reviews. My competitor came out with a book, and all 50 of those reviews, none of them are review swaps. They're all legit reviews. The competitor came out with a book, copied me. Where is that book? Is it gone? Oh, I don't even see it on here anymore. And he has 3 reviews. He used to have 20. But all of his reviews were review swaps. So that's what I mean by it's you want long-term sustainability. You have to build an email list and just do things the right way. Jan asks, I'm interested in training, but how much time will I put in to start making money? This is the question everyone's asking. Yeah, it's as much time as you can, man. Take a year, take a month, whatever you want. There's no answer. It's just you put in whatever. You're building a business. You're building a business. That's what you're doing. You're building a business. It will take as much time as you can. I don't know how fast you learn stuff. I don't know how smart you are. I don't know your experience you have online. I don't know any of that. It's all different for so many people. You know how many of my students have made money faster than I made with Kindle? So many of them. So many of them have surpassed my learning curve. Are they smarter than me? Maybe. But, so everyone's different. So it's just, yeah, it's an impossible question to ask. Yeah, long late nights. Yeah, I wish I could count one of the days that I work. You know, it would be interesting. But you're building a business, so you're not worried about hours. You're building a business. Like, if you're worried about hours, you're kind of focused on the wrong thing. Right? Focus on the wrong thing there. All right, we'll start wrapping up here if there's no more questions. Hey, Walter, how you doing, man? You got a quick question here for me before we wrap up here? Howdy, folks. Photon Breaker 26. I think you're new. I haven't seen you on the on Sunday Family Fun Day chat before. So, all right. It's all good, man. I'm going to be doing another live chat or live broadcast, live stream during the week. I'll announce the time but I'm going to do one during the week, Walter. So we'll see if that works better for everyone's schedule. I know Sundays can be hit or miss for some people, but Photon Breaker 26, nice to see you. Appreciate the new people jumping on here. All right, but if there's no other questions, everyone, we're going to wrap this up. Hey, once again, thank you so much for spending your time and with us. And until next time, don't forget to check out my weekly update tomorrow. It's going to be up on the channel. And I also did part 2 on my AMS case study video. I published that earlier today up on the channel. Till next time, everyone, take care.